Emotions are very much a part of our lives. None of us is 100% right when it comes to making decision regarding our financial goals. We make some sort of decisions in haste, isn't it? But at what cost? We would be lucky if the cost we paid for our hasty financial decisions are small. But what if the cost is enormous and takes a toll on your investment and peace of mind? In this video, let's debug the reasons and also study the psychology behind all these financial decisions and the methods to improvise them. Welcome to holisticinvestments.in. Irrational decision due to financial loss. Many people have lost in the stock market and have gone bankrupt. But if we analyze the reasons, the one common thing we can find is that those who lost financially always took their financial decisions emotionally. Sometimes they may commit suicide due to the financial loss. One such incident happened in Puducherry. A 31-year-old research scholar in Pondicherry University died by suicide after losing a huge sum of money he had invested in stock market, which crashed in the wake of Russia-Ukraine war. This incident shows that we shouldn't make any emotional decision. Now let us look how to be a rational decision maker in your financial life. First, it is important to have a clear set of financial goals and prioritize that goals. This can guide our financial decision making process. Next, you should have a plan in place to achieve your listed goals. This can avoid making impulsive decisions in your financial lives that are driven by your emotions. Next, you should take a step back and analyze your financial situation objectively. This involves setting aside your emotions and looking at the facts and data involved in your investment decision. If you follow these, even when there is a market crash, unemployment, or financial loss in business, or medical expenses, or rising inflation, your financial life will not take a hit. The next important fact is that while making financial decision, do not copy your friend or any other financial influencers in social media. The reason behind this is there is no one size fit for all. What works for one person may not work for another. The investment goals can be influenced by factors such as age, family status, location, economic background, time horizon of our financial goals, and risk appetite. For instance, you may have started saving at the age of 21, whereas your friend could have started late. He may be paying his education loans after his graduation or may not be saving as much as you do. Similarly, financial influencers on social media might have several streams of income and they can take a risk concerning certain investments. Can you afford to do the same? One of the wealthiest people on the planet Earth puts out a tweet about a cryptocurrency and the value of the coin grows multifold. Common people out there considered it to be the next big thing in crypto and invested a lot of money in this particular coin. After some time, the same billionaire tweets again the same currency and its value loses more than 75% of its value in the next 1 or 2 weeks. Many people have invested at a high cost and lost their investment. The takeaway from this incident is do not copy their investment portfolio and burn your fingers. Rather, take cues from them and do your own research. Intelligence versus financial literacy. Being smart or wealthy is not a guarantee of financial success. A highly intellectual person may lack basic financial literacy, making them vulnerable to poor financial decisions. Wealthy people may struggle financially if they lack the discipline or financial literacy to manage their wealth effectively. Let me list out some names who are renowned personalities in their respective field. Sir Isaac Newton, Mark Twain, Mike Tyson, Mark Cuban, Nicolas Cage. What comes to your mind when you hear these names? Great scientists, legendary artists, and so on. But what if I told you that these people have lost considerable wealth in stock markets and financial scams because they were not able to take a rational financial decision on their holdings? Newton invested in South Sea Company and reportedly suffered loss of around 20,000 pounds. Mark Twain invested heavily in a new typesetting machine called Page Composer in the late 1800s. However, it failed to live up to its promise. His investment in the mission drained his finances and left him heavily in debt. He eventually had to declare bankruptcy in 1894 to get out of his financial troubles. Mark Cuban, the billionaire entrepreneur and Shark Tank star, has acknowledged that he has made emotional investment decisions in the past, such as holding on to a stock for a too long or investing in a company just because he liked the product. The list goes on and on. If they had taken a moment to think before making those hasty financial decisions, they could have well avoided their downfall. Now, let me introduce a couple of more people. Meg Carty, a washerwoman who made it big with her meager income. Ronald Reed, a gas station attendant, turned around his life by simple investing. You can check the description for the link to read about these two individuals. McCarthy, she was a washerwoman who never went to college. She did not even finish 6th grade. She just did one thing: invest consistently and never back off. From all the cents she earned drying clothes to the inherited money from her aunt, she just did one thing: invest in her bank account. By 1995, she had amassed $280,000 and donated around $150,000 of her savings to set up a scholarship fund for underprivileged students. Ronald Reed. Ronald was an army veteran until 1945. After his national duties, he started working in a gas station and then as a janitor in a retail store. He kept working hard until he was in his 60s and continued to invest all his meager earnings. By investing in blue chip companies, he accumulated a wealth of more than $8 million. One common trait between these two individuals is they never let emotions come in the way of their investing. McCarthy and Ronald emerged as big winners in their financial lives when compared to Newton and others. They didn't even have basic education, no investment advisors, and were not born with silver spoon as such, but still came out on top of others. Now let us focus the shift on the topic: why do people deviate from their financial goals? Misled by enticing financial opportunities. One of the most important aspects of personal finance is to jot down the different financial goals and invest accordingly to achieve them. The main challenge is choosing the right investment instrument to invest and choosing the tenure. If we let our emotions rule our financial decision by buying into the hype and investing without proper research, it will backfire. Insufficient emergency funds. Morgan Housel, in his book Psychology of Money, quotes, Americans spend more on them than movies, video games, music, sporting events, and books combined. Mostly, poor people buy these stuffs and they are left with zero money for their emergency fund. Where is the knowledge action gap in your financial decision? In this digital world, there are abundant of information in the internet. You can gain financial knowledge by surfing the net. But the problem is there is always a gap between the knowledge and action item. To reduce this gap, you can consult your financial advisor. Next, SIP mistakes. We identify our financial goals and start investing them via SIP. The ideal way to invest in a SIP is to step up the SIP at least by 5% once a year. But how many of us do this? We all know that SIP helps in compounding and creates magic in our later years of investment, but still fail to do this step up. You can read through some of the SIP mistakes and how we rectify them in our blog. The link is given in the description box. Next, we are moving into the important section. What do we lack and what are the action items for our financial life? There is a simple checklist given here which you can follow to help you stay away from taking emotional decisions in your financial life. Always determine the motivation behind your financial decisions, whether it is an emotional or logical decision. Completely analyze the pros and cons of your chosen investment instrument. Make sure the pros outweigh the cons. Check if there is any emotional bias involved in the decisions you made. Evaluate if your actions align with your financial goals. Always make sure that all the risks are identified and mitigation plans are in place before taking any investment decision. Once you can safely say that our investment decision aligns more than 80% with the above checklist, then go for it. Now we have come to the final part of the discussion, the bottom line. Personal finance is simple to define, but following the rules laid before without any distraction isn't an easy task as such. Reality is much different from what we see in books or the back test results. But somehow emotions take us over and we tend to make mistakes. Though it may seem to be a smaller mistake, it may come back to haunt us in the later stage of our investment journey. The key to becoming financially successful is to stay focused, disciplined, and committed to a clear and specific vision for the future, even in times of short term distractions or setbacks. Do you want to be an emotional investor or a factual reality investor? The choice is yours. A detailed blog post on the topic, The Role of Psychology in Your Financial Decision, is available in our website and the link is given in the description box. Hope you like this video. If you have any questions related to this or any other investment option or related to your financial goal, don't hesitate to book a free appointment with our financial planners. The link to the free booking is given in the description box below. Also, will you be interested to attend any insightful investment webinar? Then feel free to register for the upcoming enlightening investment webinar. It is completely free. The registration link for the upcoming webinar is also given in the description box. If you like this video, please give us thumbs up. Also, share it with your social circle. If you haven't subscribed our YouTube channel so far, please subscribe now.